Some stories don't explode instantly. They build slowly, quietly, until one small spark sets off a reaction no one sees coming. And this week, that spark came from a 13-year-old girl who has spent her entire life under the dazzling glow of the spotlight. A girl born to two of the most recognizable names in entertainment, yet someone who has always stayed silent. Until now. Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon's daughter Monroe has set the internet buzzing after sharing a message that was subtle, but powerful, enough to shake the entire Cannon family tree. It wasn't rude and it wasn't messy. It was simply honest, and sometimes honesty hits harder than any insult ever could. Tonight, we dive deep into the emotions, the truth, and the complicated reality behind Monroe's viral moment. What she said, why it matters, and how it reveals a side of this family that many people never understood. And before we begin, make sure you subscribe to Celeb Spill so you never miss the real stories behind the headlines. Monroe Cannon has grown up in a world people only dream about: luxury, fame, global attention. But she has also grown up with something far more difficult. Her family being treated like entertainment news every single day of her life. As the daughter of Mariah Carey, she inherited grace. As the daughter of Nick Cannon, she inherited a massive, complicated family she didn't ask for. Her quiet personality rarely enters the spotlight. But when fans recently asked her about her siblings on Instagram, her answer spread across social media within minutes. She clarified that she only truly claims one sibling, her twin brother, Moroccan. She acknowledged her dad's other children, but added that they are all much younger than her. It was simple, it was factual, but it was also a glimpse into how she sees her world. For years, the public has watched Nick Cannon expand his family. 12 children, 6 mothers, 9 kids born within less than 2 years. It's become a running joke online, a meme, a viral discussion. But behind all the humor are real lives. And one of them is Monroe, quietly watching all of this unfold. Her message wasn't a rejection. It wasn't a cruel dismissal. It was the voice of a young girl trying to define her own identity in a family where the dynamics are constantly shifting. A girl who has seen her father become a headline more often than a person. Nick Cannon has spoken openly about his choices. In a recent interview, he admitted that the pain of his divorce from Mariah played a major role in the direction his life took afterward. He said he felt like a failure. He said he didn't know how to process the emotions. And he said he eventually looked around and realized he had 12 children, and that maybe he should have done things differently. It was the closest thing fans have heard to regret. And that's where Monroe's story begins to make sense. She has grown up between two completely different worlds. On one side, there is Mariah. Structured, protective, selective, private. A world where Christmas feels magical, birthdays are personal, and the twins are the center of their mother's universe. A world where stability isn't just wanted, it's necessary. On the other side, there is Nick. Loving, energetic, present when he can be, but stretched across multiple households and schedules, trying to spend meaningful time with as many children as possible. For Monroe, navigating these two realities must feel overwhelming at times. And now, at 13, she's old enough to see the full picture, old enough to notice the chaos, old enough to understand the distance between her and the younger half-siblings she barely knows. Her message online was her way of quietly saying, "My life is different, my experience is different, and that's okay." Fans reacted instantly. Some said she was throwing shade just like her mother. Others said they finally understood how complicated this family situation must be from a child's perspective. Many felt protective of her, many felt sad, many felt that she was simply being honest. And the truth is, honesty is rarely neat. It's rarely soft, sometimes it stings. But it also reveals things that have been hidden behind the glamorous images and polished interviews. This is the first time the world has truly heard Monroe's voice, not Mariah's, not Nick's, hers, and her voice is steady, gentle, and clear. Mariah Carey has always been protective of her children. She has always kept their lives guarded from the chaos of fame. She rarely comments on Nick's large family, not because of drama, but because her priority has always been the emotional safety of her twins. She creates a world for them where they feel loved, stable, and respected. It's easy to see that Monroe's calm confidence comes from her mother's influence. The way she addressed the situation was elegant, controlled, and honest. The signature touch fans have admired in Mariah for decades. So what happens now? Will Monroe eventually form close relationships with her half-siblings as they grow older? No one knows. Time will shape all of that. But right now, She is simply a young girl trying to navigate her feelings, her identity, and her truth, while the world watches. Nick has said he leaves the future in God's hands. Whether that means more children or a shift in his life remains to be seen. But Monroe seems very aware of who her constant is, her twin brother Moroccan, the one who has been by her side since the moment they came into the world together. This story isn't about shade, it isn't about drama. It's about a teenager finally finding the courage to draw boundaries in a life where boundaries are blurry. It's about honesty, it's about identity, and it's about a family situation that is far,